Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda Mahlobo and I am filming this video from South Africa, where I am from. It's my country of birth that I love so much and so dearly. So in case you are new here, I want to give you a few disclaimers. I am filming from the countryside, so you might hear the sound of goats in the background, if not chicken, if not dogs. So please do bear with me. Those who are regulars on this channel know exactly what I am talking about. So quickly, I want to cut to the chase and just come up here and tell you what I wanted to share with regards to Qatar 2022, which is the biggest soccer tournament in the globe that is currently taking place in Qatar. I almost said German because I wanted to talk about German. Number one, so I want to give you my three favorite countries that were taking part in this tournament. So you do know that South Africa did not qualify, but it did not stop South Africans from watching, from feasting over these soccer matches that are making all the football lovers out there so happy. If you have content to feast on as a soccer fan, you happy. So number one, not in particular order, but I had Germany. I love Germany so much. And I have Belgium that I supported, but because Italy did not qualify as well, I squeezed in Netherlands. So I really wish for this countries to advance in the competition, but hey, they didn't go that far. And that is Belgium and Germany. So can we please discuss the game that eliminated Germany from the competition? Can we please discuss that game? I've never been this frustrated. I've never been this desperate for one goal. At the same time, I feel like Germans first, why am I saying Germany's? Germans first match, um, they didn't do well. I feel like they should have buried the game earlier and be able to collect maximum points, because now look at that last game situation where they needed to either do it and also rely on other people to do it for themselves. And if there's anything, nobody wants to take out calculators. You need to have your country qualify as clean as possible, as early as possible. You need to move into your last game having attained your qualification to the next round of the competition, because now you saw that their fate necessarily depended on Spain beating Japan, which at face value wasn't a tall order. If you looked at it, they needed to win against Costa Rica, and Spain also needed to win against Japan. So you looked at that and you're like, doesn't seem like a tall order. But because we know football as the ball itself can roll, bruh, it can roll and roll, it can do whatever, it's full of surprises. So discussing that Spain against Japan match, oh my God, can we please give a round of applause to the Japanese for the fights they put on in this entire tournament? I do not care if they did not advance till the later stages, so the more competitive stages of the tournament. Competitive is not the word I was looking for, but we're going to leave it at that. So can we please discuss the goal that eliminated the Germans? Oh my God. I was hoping for Victor Gomez to actually also go and look at it on the camera. I saw him consulting, because obviously there was that debate about whether it crossed the line or not, and the fact that if the entire circumference of the ball did not cross the line, that ball is counted as in. But then again, if it hits a crossbar and goes on the line, same thing, same rule applies. You're looking at the circumference having to roll completely. But I was hoping for Victor Gomes, the specialities that he has. I wanted him to go look at the camera himself. I know he was consulting people that were in charge of the VAR, asking them and whatever the conversation was exactly, but I do know it was about whether it was a goal or not. But in my mind, I was sitting there thinking, he's going to rush and watch and see it for himself. He's my fellow countryman, so I don't know about that. So really, I don't know whether it's my emotions taking over, because I wanted Germany to stay in the competition for as long as possible. Remember, they've won the World Cup before. So, but then that was a different outfit. I don't want to get into that. I was just looking and seeing pictures of Mesut Ozil. Oh my God. And I just remembered that outfit and how well they did in the tournament. So Coming back to now, German trying to do it for themselves. They won that game 4-2. I know that Serge Gnabry scored. Who else scored? I can't remember who else scored. But then again, I found myself sitting there desperate for one goal. Desperate for one goal. So it did not happen. Now, where are we currently? We are about to watch the semifinals that are going to be like closely contested. People are having conversations all over the globe right now as to who is going to move into the final. As an African myself, I'm very proud of Morocco, and I am seeing them going through all the way. I'm hearing the politics that are going on social media. I'm not interested. They're not going to derail me from wishing them well. So my thinking is Morocco against France, okay? I am obviously hoping Moroccans are going to emerge victorious in that game. And then we're looking at Croatia against Argentina. I am hoping the Argentines are going to advance to the finals. So we have Morocco this side that I'm hoping can go all the way through, and I have Argentina this side that I'm hoping to stay in the final, obviously for one man, you know who. So I think as football fans across the globe, we've seen Lionel Messi, we love Messi, we respect Messi, and we just want him to lift this trophy. Then again, as an African, I am seeing Morocco going all the way through. And my thinking is, having said what I've said about Messi and Argentina, but my thinking is, if Morocco advance to the final, they've got no choice but to take it. I'm sorry, they will have to take it, and I'm going to support them taking it with my entire being, because now we're looking at Messi winning it with Argentina. We want him to have all the trophies in his cabinet. But this side, it's not about one person. It won't be about one man. It won't even be about one country. It's going to be about the entire continent of Africa that is enriched with so much in it. So it is going to be a narrative that is going to be changed forever. As is, we only have one Ballon d'Or, which is the George Weah. So then now my thinking can't be of that. We want it for Africa. Hence, I said I don't care about all the politics I'm seeing on social media. I'm not interested. I want Morocco. If Morocco make it through France, which is one thing I am hoping for, if they make it through, by all means, they need to take it. They need to bring it home. Because I'm thinking they the first country to make it out of the quarterfinals. They're now in the semifinals. First country, optimistically, that is going to make it into the final. My thinking is once you get to the final, then you've got no excuse. You've got no other thing to do but to take the cup. Because we don't know how long it's going to take us as Africans to advance up to that far in this biggest tournament. So my thinking is if Morocco wins against France, which is something I'm vouching for, they need to take it. Okay, let's just say another scenario, France make it through the finals and you have Croatia making it through to the finals past Argentina. Then we're gonna have scores that are gonna be settled. I won't be emotionally involved, but I'm gonna be there watching, just unattached, no emotions whatsoever, no feelings whatsoever. I won't be that invested. I'm just gonna be sitting there as a soccer fan and feasting over this biggest match in the biggest tournament. You know what I'm talking about? As football lovers, currently we are feasting, whether we are participating or not. Us South Africans, we're not participating, but we're there. 9 o'clock, we're there 5 o'clock for all the matches, and we're watching and we're loving it. There's just nothing that can be compared to this currently. If you are a football lover and you have this type of content to feast on, my statuses, my WhatsApp statuses are going crazy. People that have me on my WhatsApp, they definitely know, even if they're not watching the games. But it's something happening domestically. How much more something that is happening in the globe, such magnitude as the World Cup, Qatar 2022, which is full of surprises. I'm going on and on and on. I'll be there writing Otamendi is the guy. You know, I'm just trying to think of him whilst he plays for Man City as my defender. I'll be going at that. I'll be saying, I am convinced that Antoine Griezmann is going to be dishing out assists until Jesus comes back. Those are the type of updates that I'm just putting out there. I'll be like, Messi is a god with a small g, obviously. And I'm like, go Morocco. I was also torn because of the elimination of Brazil. Oh my god. I was torn. And what else made me a bit sad? I wasn't watching the game. I was recently in hospital. My son was admitted and we didn't have the channel. Oh my god. I was so frustrated because you can't miss the Brazil game. You just can't miss. Obviously, there are a lot of games that are happening in this tournament, but you can't miss Brazil's game. You just cannot. You know you're going to be taken through a tactical masterclass. You're going to be seated there. You're going to be seeing this and that. Oh my God, I was so sad. Because in as much as I had my top three countries, I was also supporting Brazil. I said to myself, oh my God, I'm not sure what I'm going to do if Brazil plays against Germany or plays against Belgium. Belgium, I was so disappointed also. I feel with the type of players they have, they should have gone all the way, but I can't really. I think, not that I can't, I think I know what put them off the first game. It's the absence of a finisher. Lukaku was in the stands, obviously. He was not match fit. That threw them back, and I think they started on a back footing. They tried to come back in the next game that I was also not watching because of load shedding. Come on, it's a disaster. If you are a football fan and there's load shedding like what we're experiencing in us in South Africa currently, which is basically like power outages that are planned. It's not like you don't have electricity or there's like a technical fault or whatever. Maybe there is a technical fault, but like a biggest a magnitude, a magnified technical fault that causes us South Africans be without electricity for like 2 hours. It's crazy, man. So I don't want to go through that. But I think for political reasons, man, I was like, we should be supporting Brazil because we have Brazil in BRICS. And they just happen to be the only country participating in this World Cup because as Brazil, as Russia we're not in, as India, obviously not playing BRICS, and then the C is for, what's the C for again? BRICS. The C, come on, it's for China. How can I forget the biggest growing economy currently in the globe? C is for China, and then S, obviously, as South Africans. So I think for political reasons, we're supposed to be supporting Brazil, but I supported them more than that. I grew up loving Brazil. I think people or like players who sort of like made me fall in love with the game as a little girl, young as I was, did not know much about football, but what got me interested and hooked in this beautiful sport was the likes of Ronaldo Nazario, the likes of Roberto Carlos, the likes of Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. Oh my God, I should have mentioned him first. Ronaldinho, Captain Dunga. I think those were like more. I was probably still in my diapers during the times of Captain Dunga, but I knew the name and I still remember the names right now. I think a few years ago, if not 2 years or 3 years ago, there were soccer was taking place. I think there was that were taking place in Italy, and I kept on hearing the presenter saying during the red carpet interviews, I kept on hearing the presenter saying Dunga, Dunga, but you know, she had a different accent as well. Dunga, Dunga. In my mind, it was like, is that not Captain Dunga? The one John Moeti, like our old South African John Moeti was nicknamed after. That was a full circle moment for me. I just quickly went to Google and I remember just searching Captain Dunga. Oh my God, I was able to just put the face behind the name. Those are the names that I remembered growing up. We grew up as football, South African football lovers, respecting and fearing Brazil as a team. And that's a fact. Even if people cannot admit to that, but that's a fact. We grew up fearing Brazil such a way that fearing, but it was a good fear. You know, it wasn't a bad fear that was filled with negativity. No, it was a fear that came from admiration. And as a result, I think that was the reason why we ended up having the coach during our 2010 Soccer World Cup that we hosted in our beautiful country. Something that I'll forever be proud of looking back as a soccer lover, having hosted as a country is huge. So I think that came from the fact that we looked up to them. So you see how deep my support for Brazil. Funny, I did not even mention them in my top 3 countries that I wanted to see. Oh, Ronaldo Nazario, till this very day, I follow him on Facebook. I follow him on Instagram. It's just on Twitter. I'm not that much active on Twitter. But my thing is, oh my God, I have never seen such a man, such a football player in my entire life. So you can imagine me as a little girl just watching. I used to hear conversations going around from my dads and my uncles, my brothers. So I guess we need to have a different kind of video where I discuss with you guys what sort of got me interested in football, in as much as I am. So I just touched a little bit on Brazil playing a pivotal role in me getting interested as a young girl that comes from the countryside of the KZN province in South Africa, just got me interested, So it's deep, it has roots, it's exciting, it's a beautiful story. Hence, I am saying I need to find time and share it with you. But for now, you know what I'm wishing for. Let's wait for Tuesday and see. So I am filming this video. Tuesday is actually tomorrow. So I need to post this today because I can't post it tomorrow because it contains predictions and wishes for games that are going to take place tomorrow. So I'm filming Monday. You're not going to see it's Monday the 12th. So it's tomorrow. Oh my God, we need to. So we're going to see who's going to the finals tomorrow. Load shedding, Ep5, please. South Africa, please. ANC, please. We need to watch both the matches. So if there's anything that you liked about this video, if there's any question that you'd like to ask me, please feel free to write it below in the commentary box. If there's anything you disagree with in terms of my predictions and what I wanted, I didn't really predict. I think I gave you 2 different scenarios, but I didn't finish the France one, the France against Croatia. I'd want Croatia to avenge themselves in that one because, they played the final in the Russia World Cup and France won. So I'd want Croatia to avenge themselves if that happens. But between me and you, I don't want that to happen. I don't. But football is football. So thank you so much for watching this video. And please give it a huge huge thumbs up. If there's anything that you liked about it, leave a comment, as I said. And please don't forget to subscribe. It's very important. I set myself a goal, and I think I have a few days before this year is over, and I have not reached to at least 500 subscribers. Come on. If you have not subscribed, please do consider. Like it's a plea. It's a plea. It's a nice plea to actually hit the subscribe button because you keep coming back for this content, or you like this content, you feel like it was different, eye-opener, whatever the case may be. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. This is it from me.